Bro, let's talk real. Relationships can be a wild ride, but some signs scream it's time to hit the eject button. If you're feeling more like her backup plan than her main event, listen up. Here's the no BS guide to knowing when to let go. Remember when you were all excited about her? Texts back and forth, plans for the weekend, all that good stuff. But lately, it's like you're texting into the void, right? You send a text excited about something you both like, but hours turn into days with no reply. You see her online, but your messages? Radio silence. Listen, man, if she's playing hide and seek and you're not even invited, maybe it's time to stop looking for her. If she wanted to talk, she would. No one's that busy. You made plans, maybe something special or just a casual hangout. But then, out of nowhere, she cancels. It's not once or twice. It's a pattern. Come on, if she's got better things to do than hang with you, it's not just bad luck. It's a sign. You're not her backup plan. You deserve to be the main event. Ever notice how she's everywhere online, except in your inbox? You check her socials, and there she is living her best life, posting stories, tagging friends, but when you text her, she's suddenly MIA. If she can update her status but can't reply to you, priorities are mixed up. Don't be the guy she ghosts. Why are you holding on to someone who's barely holding on to you? Ghosting isn't just about being busy or forgetful. It's a choice to step back, to disconnect. If she's choosing to fade into the background of your life, you've got to ask yourself, why are you trying to bring her to the forefront? Imagine you're at a party and she's the one person you want to talk to, but every time you turn around, she's gone. You're left holding a drink, wondering if she was even there at all. Recognize the pattern. If it's happening more than once, it's not an accident. Confront it. Not aggressively, but with a simple, "Hey, I've noticed we're not talking much. What's up?" If there's no change, it's time to start letting go. Invest that energy back into yourself or people who value your time. I had a buddy once, always waiting by his phone for her to text back. One day, he just decided enough was enough. He got new hobbies, new friends, and guess what? She came back, but by then, he was already on a new chapter. Don't wait for her to turn the page. Write your own story. Moving on to the next point. You're always the one making the moves, aren't you? You're the planner, the texter, the caller, all the time. Every date, every conversation, you're the one who kicks it off. She responds, sure, but does she ever start something? It's like you're the engine trying to keep this relationship moving, and she's just along for the ride. She never texts you first. You're always the one breaking the silence, lighting up the screen. Ever wonder why she doesn't reach out? It's not just shyness, it's a sign. If she's into you, she'd make an effort to, not just sit back and wait for you to do all the work. And that feeling of chasing after someone who's running away, that's exhausting. You're not in a relationship to play catch. You're in it to run side by side. If you're always the one chasing, you're not equals. You're just trying to catch up to someone who doesn't want to slow down for you. Why are you always the one chasing after her? Think about it. If she was really into this, wouldn't she be as eager to connect as you are? Relationships are about both people wanting to be together, not one person doing all the heavy lifting. Picture this. You're both supposed to be walking through life together, but you're running, and she's just strolling, occasionally looking back to see if you're still there. That's not companionship. That's a race you're bound to lose. Recognize the imbalance. If you're the only one initiating, it's time for a reality check. Try pulling back, see if she steps up. If she doesn't, you've got your answer. Moving on to the next point, your needs are consistently ignored. Your requests for time together are shrugged off. You ask for a date night, a quiet evening in, but it's like your words fall on deaf ears. She's got a million excuses, and none of them include making room for you. She forgets important dates or details about your life. Your birthday, your promotion, those little things you shared with her in confidence, they're just not on her radar. If she cared, wouldn't she remember? And when you try to share your feelings, it's like talking to a wall. You open up about your day, your dreams, your struggles, but there's no echo back from her. It's a one-sided conversation where you're pouring your heart out and getting silence in return. Why do you feel like your voice doesn't matter in this relationship? It's not just about being heard, it's about being seen. If she's not making an effort to understand you, to remember what's important to you, then you're not her priority. Relationships should be a dialogue, not a monologue. Imagine you're in a room. shouting into the echo, desperate for a response, but all you hear is your own voice bouncing back. That's not how love should feel. It should resonate, not reverberate back at you. Take a step back and look at it. If your needs are consistently ignored, it's a clear sign. Start by setting boundaries. See if she respects them. If she doesn't, it's time to think about what you're really getting out of this relationship. Moving on to the next point, the relationship is all about fixing her problems. You're more like her therapist than her partner. Every conversation, every meetup revolves around her issues, her crises, her needs. You're always there to solve, to soothe, to fix, but what about when you're the one who needs help? Your own life takes a back seat to her drama. Your problems, your joys, your ambitions, they're sidelined. You're too busy putting out her fires to light any for yourself. If your relationship is your second job, where's the love in that? Realizing you're not in a relationship, but a rescue mission is a sobering thought. You're not there to save her. You're supposed to be her equal, her companion, not her personal problem solver. Why are you playing the role of savior instead of lover? A relationship should be about support, yes, but it's also about sharing life's load. If you're carrying all of it, you're not partners. You're just a pack mule for her burdens. Picture this. You're walking through life together, but you're the one weighed down with all the baggage while she strolls lightly beside you. That's not companionship. That's you being her crutch, not her partner. Start focusing on your own life more. See if she steps up to support you. If she doesn't, it's time to think about whether you're in a relationship or just managing someone else's life. Moving on to the next point, she shows no interest in your life. She never asks about your day, your dreams, or your struggles. When you talk about work, your hobbies, or even just how you're feeling, her eyes glaze over, or she changes the subject. If she's not curious about what makes you you, then what are you to her? Conversations are one-sided, focused solely on her. It's all about her day, her problems, her achievements. You're the sounding board, not the partner. If she can't share the spotlight, she's not sharing a life with you. Feeling like you're just an accessory to her life, not a part of it, is a harsh reality. You're supposed to be a team, sharing victories and defeats, not just an audience to her one-woman show. Why do you feel like you're just a background character in her story? A relationship should be an exchange, a mutual interest in each other's lives. If you're not hearing the question, "How was your day?" or "What are you hoping for?" then you're not having conversations. You're giving monologues. Imagine you're at a dinner table, but the only dish being served is hers. You sit there, hungry for connection, but all she does is talk about the meal she's enjoying. That's not dining together. That's watching someone else eat. Start to engage less if she doesn't show interest. See if she notices the silence on your end. If she doesn't, it's a sign you need to find someone who's hungry for more than just their own story. Moving on to the next point, your friends and family disapprove. Those closest to you see what you can't or won't. They've watched you change, perhaps not for the better, and they're not shy about voicing their concerns. When everyone around you is raising eyebrows, it's time to look up. Their concerns start to echo in your mind. You hear the same warnings, the same questions from different people. Are you sure she's good for you? You don't seem happy anymore. If even your inner circle sees it, there might be truth to their worries. When you start to wonder if they all see something you're missing, it's a sign to reassess. Your loved ones want what's best for you. If they're unanimous in their disapproval, it's not just skepticism, it's a red flag. Why are you ignoring the chorus of concern from those who know you best? Your friends and family have your history. They've seen your highs and lows. If they're sounding the alarm, it's because they see a pattern or behavior that doesn't align with your happiness or well-being. Imagine you're on a path, and everyone you trust is shouting for you to look back. If you're moving forward but leaving a trail of worried loved ones, maybe you're not on the right path at all. Take some time to listen to their perspectives. Ask them why they feel this way, and really hear them out. If their concerns resonate, it might be time to reconsider the direction you're heading in this relationship. I had a friend who dismissed everyone's warnings until one day. He saw what they saw. He was so deep in the relationship that he'd lost sight of who he was. When he finally looked up, he realized he'd been walking alone, even when she was beside him. Don't ignore the people who love you. They might just be seeing the real picture.